there's some coins in the caves, and there's some ancient writings, ancient manuscripts, and you're going to need linguistic specialists to decipher what's written here, because it's in ancient tongue, ancient languages that are not spoken or hardly spoken. Okay, and we're talking over off the islands in Scotland, or the Hebrides, some islands, and over in Ireland, including but not limited to the islands. I'd say major focus is the islands. In the field of biblical archaeology, you may as well start from scratch. You may as well start from scratch with the home base of Scotland, Ireland, with including but not limited to. Focusing on the islands, including but not limited to focusing on the caves. There's so much yet to be discovered. And we'll see a clear biblical connection, clear biblical roots. And specifically on the royal line in connection to the House of David. So, those of you who want to start digging, if that's your field, that's not my field, it's not my specialty, but maybe it's yours. And once you find your precious artifacts, please don't let it fall into the hands of England, because we don't need that. We don't need to lose any more Irish, the sacred, valuable, actually priceless Irish history, and lose it. Lose the artifacts to England. What's the point of that? As soon as Ireland finds something good, England wants to snatch it up. Okay, so it's important just to be preserved by your own. And these artifacts are essential because it's really a foundation, essential in order to preserve the history. It gives us that foundation to start preserving history. So much of Irish American history is under whiteout. It's as though, you may as well just pick up a bucket of whiteout and dump it over Irish American history, because that's exactly what has happened. Okay? We have euphemism like potato crash, and whatever the euphemism, like as if all the potatoes just decided to go jump in a river. Right, so we blame the potato for what actually was horrific crimes committed against the Irish. And so these artifacts are essential in order to at least take that first step to begin to preserve Irish history. So much of Irish history has been whitewashed. So much of Irish history has been stolen, distorted, covered up, rewritten in such a way that it's a grave injustice to the Irish, that we open up the book of Irish American history and all we see is euphemism. Potato crash, this, that, and nobody really wants to tell the true stories. So that's why artifacts are essential, because when you have these artifacts, you have a foundation to really begin to reclaim and write down your history. Great discoveries will be made off the coast on these islands, particularly including but not limited to the caves. And we're going to see a clear and direct link between the Irish and the Bible, meaning you can't separate the two. If you're dealing with Irish history, you're dealing with the Bible. which is why, like, in this sense, the field of biblical archaeology, it belongs to the Irish and the Scots. You may as well start from ground zero, step one, and you start preserving and recording your own biblical archaeological history, because that would be the only way to really preserve your roots when there's been so many attempts to whitewash over your history. I take it very seriously to preserve artifacts, record, so that we can really start to put the pieces together and see the true story.